Okie dokie. Well, good evening, everyone. Back again for the weekly drop. I took a break last week. Felt like it. Didn't know have any content to produce. Writer's block or something. We'll chalk it up to that. But I'm back. I've got Kono on the sticks as per usual, and today I've got two champs from season 14. I've got Philipek. I've got Synth. Guys, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Glad to be here.
Yeah. Always feels nice when you're the only person in the call without a trophy. Kind of to be expected, not gonna lie. But how was I guess let's just start with the obvious question. How was last season for you guys?
Pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, started out a little rough, but picked it up toward the end.
Honestly, same.
That's okay. It's the finish is what matters, and Philipek, HG Premier, first season having a team, win a trophy. Are you gonna repeat with Moose now on your team?
We'll see. We'll see. Everybody knows Moose. Everybody knows him. Everybody thinks he's so funny. And if you ever listen to this, you're not Moose.
Uh-oh. That Moose fella is something else. Well, could be worse. Could be Kigu winning. I already tell when I do the premiere episode for the weekly drop that episode's gonna be a hellscape. And Synth, you got a new jersey on.
I sure do.
You got the Aviary Gold now. Looking
Caw.
Still, but don't matter what jersey you're wearing. You're gonna defend that belt.
Absolutely. We're going for back to back.
Excited. Who's on Aviary Recruit?
Right now we have Scary and Razor and myself right now.
Okay. All right. So let's see how the draft goes. I know the draft is always very exciting, and I mean, personally speaking, I've put in way too much effort over the past 2 weeks to not be excited about the draft. I don't know how much scouting you guys have done, but I've been deep in the scouting mines, unfortunately, with combines ending. I think so. So the plan for today is we're gonna abduct these NFAs if they show up. Right now I only have one, so hopefully we get some more. Otherwise, I'm just gonna bring in random people if they even show up, or we're just gonna end the episode early. So if you're in the chat right now, you're in a DNFA, please join the media interviews waiting room, so that way we can have a queue of people ready to interview. Otherwise, you're gonna have to listen to me and Phil and Synth and maybe Kono. We're gonna talk about the most random shit ever, and this episode is gonna be really chalked. So please don't do that to me.
Be nice to him.
Oh my god, I already get cyberbullied enough by all the people in GM Hub. I can't. I don't know what I would do if the league also as a whole would collectively bully me. But I think we'll bring on our first guest, which is Chili. I think Chili was playing in Chali and then playing in Elite, so I'm gonna wait for God King Kono to let me know when we're ready. Until then, I think let's just yap about how the season's gone so far, because it's been pretty smooth sailing, at least on my end, um, through the scouting process. I know, Synth, you were a free agent. You got any tea for us about how your free agency period went?
My free agency period was actually pretty brief. I asked Kisei to cut me just so I could kind of explore other franchises and maybe different roles because I called last season and it just it's a lot of stress. So I kind of asked to be cut, and then as soon as he posted the cut note, Hawkish was in my DMs. So
Damn.
like literal minutes later. So I wasn't an FA for long.
Lord.
But I've kind of always had my eye on AVI as a good franchise to be a part of too. I mean, it's been around forever. So I was excited about that.
And Phil, you've been comfy on HG Prem the entire time. You do anything special during this off season?
Not really. And technically, at the beginning of the season, I was drafted by UPS and then traded over for
Immortal.
me and Zlep. I think got traded over from UPS.
The
So-
mortal enemy. And, oh, Philippek, before we cut to Chili, your thoughts on the comrade drama? You
I don't think I'm clued in. You gotta bring me up to speed.
See? Dude, comrade's playing for Cow now.
Oh, that! I thought something else happened.
No.
Holy
No.
shit!
No, but
Brad,
that's
your mic is so loud.
you know, good for Comrade. Let him go where he wants to go.
Let's say I gave you $50 on the house between Cow and UPS. Who you taking? Who you putting the money on?
Cow.
Right now. You're putting it on Cow.
Cow.
No way.
My boy Cure, he's my boy. But Kigu, I'm sorry, it's funny to hate on you.
Uh-oh. Dude, you got the producer laughing, bro. Ain't no way. Oh no. Kono, are we good for Chili?
Yeah, Chili's on.
All right. Chili, you can unmute now. We won't ban you for it. How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Thank you for being the one person to show up to my little vanity press.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
really need, dude. If none of the if all the Ds and FAs ghost me, I'm just gonna start pulling random people, like random signed people. So I already see, like, I'm gonna interview Leadbone. I'm gonna interview that fraud Cloud Zeno. I see him in the goddamn Twitch chat. I'm gonna pull him too. But let's start
Play
with
the
Ds.
claw.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I put out an announcement and everything, and dude, like, you're the only person that showed up, so it means a lot, bro. From the bottom of my heart.
I can
means
spam some extra links in the DE chat and see.
Dude, I already did that. I swear, no, dude. Chili. First rule as a DE, you have to read the DE chat. You do not want to be the one person on draft night who doesn't join the franchise Discord.
Wait, what's the DE chat?
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
No, I'm joking. I've been reading it very closely.
Oh my goodness. What was I gonna say? No, every season there's always like one or two guys that just have like message requests on. They're just on like an island like retreat, and you try and contact them like, hey, you've been drafted to so and so or whatever, and it's like just crickets the entire retreat. Like, well, shit, there goes my second round pick. All right, enough joking around, Chili. Thanks for coming on. First thing I want to just go over with you. You originally placed in Chali, right, at the start of this the preseason, and then you promoted up into Elite. Is that correct?
That is correct.
How were combines for you, just in a short sense? Because obviously you were balling out to the point where you got promoted, but is this your first time playing like a sort of organized Counter-Strike?
So for organized, like for kind of like this, yes, it is. But I've played ESCA through probably 8 seasons. I want to say, actually 8 years worth. But organized wise, yeah, this is my first time. I was I think 2 seasons ago I was a PFA in Elite, but I just couldn't get it on play. So.
That's understandable. And how would you say CSC so far has been different from the ESCA experience?
Well, I mean, ESCA people are going to be taking it super, super serious because, like, you want to become the best of the best. Like, you want to be able to get your name out there. CSC, like, what I've been noticing is everybody is relaxed. Everybody's here to have fun. And if, like, there's some games where, like, you're having too much fun and then you're like, all right, well, let's have a little bit more focus, but still have fun at the same time. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, for sure. Phil, have you played ESCA before?
Yeah, I think I started when I played season 13 of CSC when I first joined. And then the next season 14, I played my first season of ESCA at that time with some of my IRL friends. And then this season, I was playing for an IM team.
Okay. And would you say like that experience that Chili's been talking about kind of lines up exactly?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like obviously, my first ESA was IRLs, so it was always kind of loose. But in the end, like ESEA Open, everyone plays like kind of loose, to get a start. But when it starts getting a little harder, everyone kind of locks in, but they still kind of keep it loose.
Yeah. And I guess Synth, have you thought about playing ECA yet?
I've thought about it from time to time, but my wife would probably kill me if I committed
Oh.
more time to Counter Strike
Oh, okay.
than I already do.
I was gonna say if there were any lessons that you were gonna bring from CSC into ESEA for like someone who like might want to start, because I know Faceit just announced a bunch of changes that basically should help reduce the number of like blatant level 10 stacks in open.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
hopefully that like entry level, for players, just say, let's just like generalize, say Chally and under, right? It's a lot more encouraging for them to get into open because they have a better shot against I've seen like stacks of former pros in ESEA Open. It's just like, how the what? Huh? It's like, how are they there?
Oh,
I've run into one of those stacks. Those aren't fun.
Yeah,
Your morale gets shot down real quick.
yeah. But I'm just curious. It's like because a lot of teams in CSC have the tendency to take things or to try and take things as seriously as like some of their ESEA leagues, especially in those lower tiers. Cynthia, obviously you've been IGLing for a while now. You're a proven winner across multiple seasons. Like how does your mindset change? Or are there any lessons, so to speak, that you would take with you as you start, maybe your ESEA career, theoretically?
that's an interesting question that you asked there. It's been a unique experience, I guess, being a caller. So like, I don't know, to those that may want to do ESEA as an IGL, I don't know, just stay chill, trust your players. That's what I did because I certainly didn't contribute much with a .94 in the season. But yeah, I mean that's really it. Just trust your players. I mean, obviously ESEA, you're playing with the same team, I assume, every match. Yeah, trust your folks.
Yeah,
That's the plan this season too.
for sure. Let's go back to combines a little bit. So, Chili, how many games do you know? Did you play in combine?
I think in Chally I played a total of 15, and in Elite it was like
15.
I think I pushed like 14.
Okay. Dude,
So I was up like at 29 combines in total.
dude, Phil,
Holy.
dude, Phil, that's nothing. 30 is
I did
Yeah,
4,
there's-
dude.
There's people
you
out
know,
here
blow your
with
mind.
60 combines.
I was
man.
about to
Oh
say,
my god.
it's sick from AVI has like 60. I'm pretty sure it's 61 synth. I think it's
Oh
worse.
god, let's go find
Well,
out.
Yeah,
Alright,
Phil-
in my defense, I had ESEA on Tuesdays, Thursdays, which was happening at the exact same time that combines were running, so I couldn't make it.
you just don't want it as bad as Sick wants it, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
61 matches on Sick, and he's number one in kills, 2Ks, 3Ks, 4Ks, aces, 1v1s, 1v3s, and assists. He's
Oh
number
my
one in all of
Jesus.
those categories.
God, I hope so. If he played 61 games,
If he wasn't, that's when you could be concerned.
a little bit. Chili, coming back to you. How were those combine games, just in general, from like a quality standpoint?
Well, I mean, okay, when I was in Chally, I was having a blast, right? Like as you said, I was balling out. Like it was my first season. Here I am, like having fun, and I like at one point was talking with some of the other people. I was like, I'm just here to have fun and compete, right? But when I got into Elite, I was like, well, this seems a little bit more challenging. Like I need to be ready and prepared. Like the best thing to do is, watch VODs. So that's what I was doing constantly, was watching my VODs over so I could improve.
And what were some of the differences you noticed between, say, Chally and then your move up to Elite? Like, what did you actually have to focus in and improve on as you were playing those Elite combines?
For Chally, I can say efficiently, not hating on Challies. Like, there's some phenomenal Challies out there. They weren't as much into, that predictable swing. You know, like let's say like you're peeking E-box and somebody's holding an op onto T-steps. Chally, I kept seeing that like people kept on peeking it after one after another, and I was like, okay. When I got into Elite, happened maybe once or twice, and that was it. So
Yeah.
it became your game became unpredictable.
Yeah, so a lot less walking into crosshairs and a lot more, I guess, just like actually having to play the game, you know?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
felt. It honestly to me felt like I was playing in an ESEA league game, sometimes.
Yeah, that's fair. Phil, you've played a whole season in Prem. Did you do you feel that kind of same sentiment in the regular season? It's like every game is like there's always like some kind of stake on the line almost.
I don't know if I could say stakes on the line, but you know, everyone wants to win it. No one wants to have to lose.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go so far to say that it's as intense as that, but because you also have to like a lot of the premier players don't they take it seriously, but they're not like betting their houses, you know, on their performance. So a lot of them play a lot looser because I know a lot of them try to save a lot of their effort and performance for their ESEA because I know that there's a bunch of main players, a bunch of IM players in the tier. So they use this as kind of like a respite instead of going ultra hard in their games.
I respect that. I respect that. Um, that is something I personally noticed when I was playing combines 2 seasons ago. It was just everything just felt like a step faster in Elite. You kind of just got owned a little bit faster. Like you got headshot instantly, just a little bit faster. Like the utility was just like a little bit better. Um, it's just a lot of small things that add up, and it's like you actually have to pay attention when you play the game. That's like the best way I had to describe it. Um, and Chally, it feels like you could get away with on autopilot, but then when you get into Elite, it gets a little bit tougher. Chili, was there anyone in combines that you noticed that you're like, wow, this guy's like really good? Like, I want to play with this guy on a team or something.
One of the big people that I noticed, like me and him, still like even on the outside of CSE, we've been like talking and working together. Is Sasha? Sasha is an amazing opper. I will hands down give him that. His reaction time and his flicks are amazing. And in all honesty, like we've pugged outside. We've pugged twice outside of CSE, and it just feels like I'm part of his team when I'm actually able to play with him.
Yeah, so not only the mechanics, but also just the way he like behaves as a teammate, right? Like he just
Yeah.
like, is he setting you up? Is he calling or like
Yeah,
how does he
he-
like integrate you into that team even in just say a combine?
he was definitely setting up. Like he would say, "Hey," and like he'll step up in IGL for maybe 1 or 2 rounds, but like even those calls, like, "Hey, we're gonna go. Let's go to Anubis. Let's go A site, right? We're gonna get that cam molly or smoke down. We're gonna get the heaven smoke down, and we're gonna pop in and get in there." And everybody would listen, and we would pop in as a team, not solo individually peaking.
For sure.
And we would always be there to guarantee like a pick.
Uh, Synth, when you play combines, I don't. How many did you play this season?
I played like 7.
Okay, I know some teams or
My man.
some players will kind of sit on the sidelines. Like some IGLs especially will sit on the sidelines to try and let DE speak up. But do you call in your combines?
I tried not to actually this season.
Okay.
That's what I did. So it was the reason I did it so much last season. So my very first season when I was on ABW, Shane 216 was the IGL. So going into the next season, I had to completely rebuild the recruit team because one went PFA, the rest moved up. So I basically was just me left. And I was like, now'll be the time for me to be a good IGL because IGLs are kind of sparse, especially in recruit, and especially like really good ones. So I tried to IGL a lot in my combines last season, and it worked out pretty well for me. For this season, I was like, one, I don't really enjoy doing it too much. I just did it out of necessity, as I said, and then two, like I wanted to, like you said, get the voice of the Ds out there, figure out, who's pretty natural at it. So yeah, I didn't call too much these combines.
At what point though, like let's say if the VC's like how dead does the VC have to be before you're like, okay, like we need some direction in this game, otherwise it's complete waste.
Lose 3 or 4 rounds in a row,
Okay.
I might start saying something. Like, hey, let's change this up a bit.
You always got to be the voice for that, otherwise it just goes to shit.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, chill, you're not a caller, are you? Anything?
No, I did some calls here and there.
Oh,
Like,
you did. Okay. Because I know some DEs have always said like, oh, I don't know if I should call or whatever. Just like, I mean, I understand like you're in a new environment or whatever, but it's just like just play the game like you normally would. You know, like it's not like we bite or anything. Trying to come in.
yeah, like the best thing is to speak out. Maybe like if your team doesn't agree with it, they might throw something else out there, and it might work. You don't know.
For sure, for sure. Okay. Well, I see donkeys in the other channel, so we might have you back in a bit, depending on how many people show up. But Chili, last question for you: draft's coming up on Tuesday and Wednesday. You're in the elite draft. If you could control where you want to go, where are you going?
Well, I have 4. It's
Uh-oh.
goofy to say. It's
Uh-oh.
goofy to say. Well, it would be Big Slime, Upsetty,
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Cow, and then it would be OS.
Okay. Okay. Any reasoning for those 4?
Well, I mean, I like the crowd in BS. I mean, I've
Uh-huh.
been playing games with them. They seem
Uh-huh.
like a bunch of fun people. Sorry. You know what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
Uh, Upsetty. I mean, I like the way that they are very committed in actually wanting to play and compete. That's like a big, like huge turn up for me. Cow, I've played a couple with, and I enjoyed their like playing with them and seeing like, yeah, they can be serious, but at the same time goofy.
I was about to
OS,
say Sans is a goober.
Yeah.
yeah. So there's actually a funny story. OS, there was somebody in that team. I think he left. I don't know for sure. Haven't talked to him in a little bit. I need to talk to him again. But he's actually the one that got me into CSC. He was a prospect named Killed It.
Okay.
Or yeah. He was the one that introduced me to CSC, and you know I've played with a couple of the people on OS, and they seem like good people to play with.
Mm-hmm. For sure, for sure. Well, hopefully Cow and OS were listening. You gotta watch out for that iguana fellow though on Cow. Make sure it doesn't abduct you.
I'm more scared of night sometimes.
Yeah, that's very fair. That's very fair. Philipek, are you scared of night?
Nah,
Wow.
I ain't scared of nobody.
Wow. All right.
I do have also a wild card. It would be Headhunters.
Ah.
Ah.
Well, be careful you don't get a draft day message from a moose fella. All right.
Yeah, you know what?
Hopefully Nate extends the invitation himself.
It's my first season. I'm just happy to be here and play.
Yeah, for
Hell
sure.
yeah.
That's a great attitude to have, and well, let's see where the cards land for you on draft night, Chili. Thanks so much for coming on. In case the DEs are all hiding from me, we'll bring you back on to keep yapping later. But we've got someone in the waiting room for now, so I'll let Kono figure that out. But thanks again for coming on.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Good luck, man.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I'll let Kono figure that out. I think Donkey's being brought in right now, but Kono, you setting up, Donkey? All good to go?
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me?
Hello. Mic check.
How's
Howdy.
it going?
Kono,
Welcome.
are we good? Oh my goodness! Look at our producer, guys. Greatest producer ever to do it. Doggy, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing all right. Doing all right.
Doing good.
Having the time of my life.
Are you though, Synth?
I'm always having the time of my life.
What a positive outlook.
Is there any
No,
map in the pool? Would you say right now, Synth? Any map in the pool, CS2 wise, where you would not have the time of your life?
Anubis.
Wow, really?
Boo.
Yeah. Yeah,
Donkey, least
sorry.
favorite map?
Can you wait? What?
Least favorite map in the map pool right now?
Ooh, gotta be Inferno.
Yeah, that's more like it. That's more like it.
That's
Phil?
horse manure right there.
Okay, now
What?
CS:GO was perfect. Like the meme of like the boys. It was like the perfect. Like Inferno was my best map on CS:GO, and then they changed it, and then I was so sad. And now I want it gone.
Phil, what's your permaban?
Probably Vertigo. Just bad. Get it out of here. Bring back Cobbler, Trainer, Cash. Replace Vertigo.
That's my thoughts on Inferno. Go Inferno and then bring back like, dude, Cabo would go hard into. I feel.
That's what I'm saying.
No, not hating Vertigo just proves you're bad at T side. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
It's not a T-side issue. The map is just not fun.
It was our strongest map last season on AVW. We were 6-0 on it.
Oh, jeez.
We had that crap down to an exact science.
What's the secret sauce behind it?
Hyper aggression as soon as you have the info.
Yeah,
It's a very suffocating map if you don't get a move on T side.
I feel that for sure. I feel that for sure.
Or an opening pick just to spread out the defense.
I was always a big fan of 5 people up the ramp, and then you just keep doing it until the CTs figure out a way to stop it.
Exactly.
But I haven't played it since they opened up Elevator, so I don't know if that's still a viable strategy because they beat you to side hull so quickly now. But anyway, Donkey, thanks for coming on tonight. Chally, I see.
Yeah, I'm currently in Chally. I don't really know how I got here, honestly. I don't know what the stipulations are for where you get placed. I'm just glad to be here, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's go look up this guy's stats.
Oh no.
I will
Oh, no.
try to give an explanation without outing myself to get a like a staff ban or something. But it is just based on your basic profile and then also just like your general skill level. I think. I don't know if Numbers looks at your Premier stats, if they exist even. But I know for sure when you sign up, it is kind of dependent on your Faceit level. But then again, off of just Faceit level, there are so many other variables that they take into account. I don't have the sauce for it, and even if I did have the sauce for it, I'd be smacked for leaking it. But
You belong in Challenger, mate.
oh, whoa, what does that mean?
I mean 1.34, 1.06, 1.26, 1.13. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're doing that in your tier, that means you're kind of right where you need to be.
yeah.
Sweet.
Well,
And I heard someone say earlier that, like, if you're putting up above 1.2 in your tier, you should be moving up.
I mean, maybe, but you got to do it consistently, I would imagine.
yeah.
You've got like 4 games that are like that. But you could. I don't know if Numbers are still like open for DEs
I
or
think they
not.
closed. I think
For
yesterday.
Ah,
Yeah. So you can't report anyone anymore, but technically you
Yeah.
can still move all the way up to the. When's lock, Kodo? Is
Actually,
Kodo lock tomorrow?
Isn't it today?
I was gonna
Is
say
it today?
I don't think DE numbers have locked, but we can't report anyone. So
Yeah.
Yeah, DE. I think. Don't quote me, but I think it locks today.
no, it's tomorrow. Tomorrow. Just confirmed it with the command.
Oh.
Wow. Thank goodness we didn't quote you, Phil. So how have combines been, Donkey? Synth just pulled up your entire like profile. Clearly you've been playing well, but how have they felt for you? Just as a player?
I had a really hard time at the beginning. I'm not gonna lie. The first 2 days, I felt very. I don't know. It was weird. At the beginning, it felt super like competitive and very high stress. I don't know if it was due to the people I was playing with, or if it was due to like it just being the first day. But like as time went on, it seemed like people were less worried about actual strats and more about like just getting kills, which is a good and bad thing for like everybody. But I feel like the team play kind of like digressed throughout the the combines. But other than that, I thought it went pretty well. I think after a lot of people got moved up, I think I started to do better because I did notice that a lot of my beginning games were against people that are now in Premier and Elite. So I think that had to do with me getting absolutely wiped. So I think that's my opinion on it.
Yeah. I just noticed you played against Ragnar twice. That is unlucky. The triple promote from contender to prem, bit of a glow up for Ragnar. Would you say it was just that like difference in player base, or did you also develop like a little bit more confidence even without noticing like who was necessarily on the other team as you like kept playing to get more comfortable?
I think it was a mix of both. A lot of like the people that I came into CSC with, because I came with a group of about 4 or 5 guys. Most of them got pushed into elite at the beginning, so I kind of felt kind of alone, and it was kind of sad. But so I don't think I played to my highest potential, knowing that I was in the tier below all my friends. You know what I mean? So then I just kind of like realized that, hey, this is my game. This isn't other people's games. So I decided that I was just gonna bite the bullet and say, hey, it's time for me to play good in my own tier. You know what I mean? Regardless.
Sure. Well, I got a question for you. You joined back in season 13, right?
Yes.
What tier did numbers slot you in out of the gate?
So it's funny that you say
Uh-oh.
that because
Uh-oh.
I originally got placed at Tendi
Oh.
because I was level 6 on Face It because I did not play a lot of Face It at the time. I was level 6 only. And it's funny because I think I joined to play a 10-man. Like my first interaction with anybody related to CSC. I joined a 10-man, and Holy Lamb was on the other team in that 10-man.
Uh-oh.
And he apparently thought that I fragged super hard, so he actually numbers reported me, and they moved me to Premier.
Jeez.
Not Premier.
Dude, you got numbers reported by the owner of CSC. No wonder you
Yeah.
here.
He's like, get this dude out of here. I don't want to play with him.
Dude, Synth, have you ever numbers reported someone they went up 3 tiers?
No, never.
Have
I've
any
only had
reported-
someone go up 1 tier.
Wow, bro. You gotta up your clout, man. Do you see the potential when you start building a ball?
Right.
Yeah,
Honestly.
I just remember, Phil, back in season 13, I was on AP. I was scouting elite, and then because you were like hovering around that top edge of elite, and then you would like go into prem, like kind of bounce back and forth. I just remember I looked at your stat profile. You were like really good. You had like a 115 in elite, but every time I watched you, you were always losing fights, and I was like, I was just so confused. But like I distinctly remember there were like a couple of combine games, and I kept catching you on Ancient, and I kept watching you like go into Jag and then Cave. And I was like, wow, this Philippek guy is real smart. He communicates real well, but he can't win a gunfight for his own life. And then I was like, how is he prem? And then I watched you when you subbed for Big Slime that season at the very end, and you like absolutely tore up the tier. I was like, wow, I'm a terrible scout.
No, okay. So when I first joined, that was my first actual taste of like competitive CS because I had come back to CS when the public beta for CS2 came out after not playing since like 2018 or something. So
Okay.
I had like a super long break. But ever since I first joined CSC, I already like I could definitely tell that I've gotten way better.
For sure. Synth, has there ever been a situation where how long have you been in the league for?
I started in season 13.
Okay. Did you have scout perms for ABW last season?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you
'Cause I
ever
was the
scout
only
someone?
one.
Oh, okay. Did you ever scout someone? You're like, wow, this guy like shouldn't go in like the first 3 rounds of the draft, and then you look at like the end of season stat boards, like, wow, this person dropped like a 1.2.
No. I think pretty much what I saw in combines kind of happened. Like the big names that were drafted first, Covey on my team, Psych on OS, they all dropped the numbers that they were expected to. There was nobody I don't not off the top of my head anyway that I can think that like drastically exceeded expectations, but there was a lot of competitiveness. There wasn't a single game we went into that it was like, okay, yeah, these guys are pushovers, except for one team, but I'm not going to name that one.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, it was completely competitive, so it wasn't like anybody was just an absolute, dog water player. Everybody carried their weight this season, it felt like, in recruit.
For sure. So, Donkey, is this your first foray into organized CS?
Yes. For CS in particular, yes, but not my first organized in like gaming in a whole.
What other leagues have you participated in?
I've participated in ESL in Rainbow Six Siege.
Ah, okay. All right. Gotcha. So I guess same question to you. Was there anyone in combines that you saw, like either on your team or against you, that you're like, wow, this guy's like the greatest player in the world?
Ooh, that's
It's okay if you don't have one.
Like, I'm thinking of a couple. Can I give you like my
Yeah, you
top
can-
3?
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, so at the later half of combines, 2 definitely was on my radar. I was like, that's the guy that I wanted to beat, and I wound up actually like we did really well together.
Okay.
We played a bunch of like 10-mans for like other servers and other stuff like that. Ragnar, crazy guy,
Yeah.
crazy, absolutely crazy. I was on his team, and honestly, Chai, the Chally guy.
Okay.
He's one of my buddies actually. I met him right before combines happened, and we played Face It. And he really impressed me this season. Like every time he was on my team, I knew he was gonna do good, and be right there behind me, trade me out, and making sure that my death doesn't go in vain.
For sure. What was so impressive about Ragnar's ability? Because you had the chance to actually play with him in server. A lot of us just see the fact that he's a triple promo. Like what made him so good?
So, if you don't mind, if you just give me 1 second, I want to actually look at my own games rather than just like and
Yeah,
refresh
for
my
sure.
memory.
Yeah.
So the first game I played with him, if I'm not mistaken, yes, was Nuke. Um, I played with him with Blitz, and honestly, he didn't really do that good in compared to like Blitz. Blitz literally carried us.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And that and then
Blitzer's the go.
what?
Blitzer's the go. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it was the team comp that game that was absolutely insane. Like I could not find any kills. I played B ramp. I played B ramp on CT and literally saw one guy on CT side. So I did not get to like even play in the server. It was great. And then I think I played, let me see. I think I played against him. Yeah, I played against him in Inferno. And as I said before, Inferno is my most hated map. This might have a reason because of it. Um, we absolutely got wiped. It was bad. Um, Nixter and Ragnar just absolutely just walked all over us. Just, I mean, eh, Ferrari peeking us, better utility, better team like play. I mean, we just got absolutely wiped. It was insane, and I think that's had to like attribute to why he got triple raked up, because it seemed like when anybody played with him, like they played to their best, and like I don't know what he did, but it was insane. Like I don't think he was IGLing. I don't remember his name very well, like his voice,
Yeah.
but it just seemed like anybody that played with him was just absolutely like playing their life game. And that's probably like why he got ranked up so high, honestly. Like his stats were insane, but everybody else around him, no matter what, was insane as well. So I would say that he's a team lifter. He
Yeah.
lifts up his team on his back and says, "Let's go, guys. We're ready to rock."
Yeah. Just like a confidence booster. You got Ragnar on your team, so you're not gonna lose. Uh, interesting. Okay, well, we've got a bunch of guests now, so Donkey, I gotta let you go, unfortunately. But last question: anyone you want to get drafted to in Chally?
Um, can I name 2?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I really enjoyed playing 10-mans with the High Rollers. I thought they
Okay.
were really cool guys. And I also really liked Atlas.
Oh, Atlantis, ATL.
Oh,
Yeah,
Atlantis,
yeah,
my bad.
yeah. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, those are both good franchises. Those are both solid. But let's see how draft night shakes out for you, Donkey. Thank you so much for coming on. And good luck in the draft.
All right, thank you so much. Have a good day, guys.
Yeah, you too. Yo, Phil, where did you want to get drafted? I know you were in like Prem Hell for like a lot of it, but did you even get drafted that season? Because I know you were like your situation was really.
I actually 13. I was actually in Premier. I did not get drafted. I subbed for 2 matches,
Okay.
and then I got put down to Elite to help alleviate their FA situation.
Yeah.
and then I ended up getting signed to. I can't even remember. God, oh my, this makes me seem like a total jerk.
Did you get signed to Big Slime?
I want to say yes.
Yeah, because
I want to say yes.
I remember you guys were playing in that playing game. I was in a VC with the UPS guys.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
1
that's what it
team,
was.
And the UPS guys were unironically scared shitless of Big Slime that season because you had yourself as a guest on it, and that like the amount of just pop off potential between that roster was scary. Like, shit, you know, like
Yes,
what
yes.
if Philip Peck drops 30 with Zugas just 30? Like, you know, how do we plan for that? Synth, where did you get drafted to? Was it ABW in season 13, or did ABW not exist yet?
My first season was actually a bit of a roller coaster. I got drafted by ATL.
Okay.
They picked Scary and me back to back because they were looking for an IGL.
Okay.
And then I think preseason 2 or 3, they let me go. I was signed by Wet almost immediately. Lasted like 2-3 match days there, I think. No, 4 match days. F8 for a little bit, and then got picked up by ABW, and then I stayed ABW, of course, all last season.
Okay.
Yeah, it was weird.
So you're reunited with Scary then?
Yeah, I'm reunited with Scary after 2 seasons.
Yeah. How excited are you for that?
Oh, I'm so excited to have because he's kind of like our IGL pick basically. So
Okay.
I'm so excited to be able to turn my brain off and just tap heads now.
You're ready for the IGL shackles to come off?
Yes, please. You're gonna see 1.15 plus ratings out of me. I'm telling you.
Okay. All right. We'll hold you to it. We'll hold you to it. All right. Testing 1, 2, 3 is our next guest in. TJ, are you here?
My bad. I didn't know. I
Uh-oh.
didn't know I was like muted in the server.
No,
on
you're
me.
good. You're good. Good. Kono, is he set up or no?
I just need him to stream a screen.
Ah.
On your stream,
Yep.
like that.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I was watching Donkey because Donkey's kind of my boy.
Ah. Okay.
I've played with him for a while.
Gotcha. So okay, so you're one of Donkey's friends because Donkey said he came in with a couple. Of
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Another Cali boy. The best tier in CSC representing. I see it. I see the vision. Okay. So how have combines been for you, TJ?
They've been pretty good. If you look, I played quite a bit of combines. To be fair, kind of like what Donkey said. Like the start was like a little rough. Like I kind of felt like, you know, like I was very like pressured, but like then as soon as I started playing more, I started like trusting myself, like being like, oh, like I'm actually like good, like, you know, I can actually play. Like it's not like these guys are out of my skill level. So then I just started, you know, just building confidence back up and just taking aim fights, taking everything, just kind of taking that role of playing how I know how to play, you know.
Yeah.
And that really like loosened everything up.
Was there like a specific moment from a specific game where you're like, oh, like, you know, I can actually like brag out, like I'm just playing CS again? Because a lot of people have mentioned now that like coming into the league, they were like pretty nervous about it, like they're not playing their game, you know. Was there a specific moment? It's just kind of like you're like, oh yeah, like I can own these shitters.
Yeah, like there's been games where like, oh, I kind of like felt like yeah, like this isn't easy, like this is kind of easy, like I'm just kind of going through the motions, and like that's where I get stuck, is like trying to go through the motions, because I know like I know I can be better. Like I never lose a game or win a game. Every time I lose or win, I just look at it and be like, yeah, I could have been better in this situation. Like if we get 13-0 a team and I could have 1 death, but like that 1 death is over peaking in a 1v5, like in a 5v1. So like it's kind of like, I kind of look at it as like how I can get better and how I can improve every single game I play, no matter the outcome.
Yeah.
And there's never really a game where I'm like even when I play bad games, like I try not to get mad anymore. Like I used to get really mad. But I'm kind of looking at it as like I know I'm good. Like I know I can play. Like I know I can frag out. And like when I have bad games, I kind of look at it and just be like, all right, like why did I have a bad game?
For sure.
And
oh,
that's
sorry.
really helped.
I'll let you finish. Okay. Synth, when you came into season 13, did you have that same kind of like newbie anxiety, so to speak?
Yeah, to a degree. Cause I had basically been in a time where I was like really frustrated with not being able to, find a consistent stack or anything like that. So I was doing a lot of solo queuing, and I was like, okay, this is a whole new experience for me, like Team CS. And so, yeah, it was a little bit of anxiety. I was like, I don't know, what should I be doing here? Should I be calling like I do in my little solo queue matches? That doesn't usually work out very well. Maybe I shouldn't. That kind of stuff.
Was that not
But
working out
I got
because
into it.
Yeah, I was about to say, was that not working out because your teammates would just refuse to listen to you, or is that because the calls were bad?
I mean, it's solo queue. What do you think?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Everybody in solo queue thinks they're the master. They're face it level 10 gods. That's why I don't do it anymore.
Yeah, that's very fair. That's very fair. So TJ, how many games in chat? 18. Okay, I see you. Least favorite map out of this pool?
I'm gonna have to go with Donkey Inferno. Every time,
Yeah.
like I 5-stack, like when CS2 came out, me, Donkey, Deadshot, who's in not Premier, Elite, I think. Yeah, Deadshot and Elite. We had these two other people, and we just 5-stacked like 5 games a day, every day for like 2 weeks. I hit 20k like right when CS2 came out, like near the start of it, and yeah, we kind of just rolled everybody. Like I've been playing with Donkey and Deadshot for quite a while now, and our chemistry is like there. And I guess when CSC came out, like ever since we started playing CSC this season, yeah, like Donkey said, like it kind of was like, well, like I've only played with these guys like a ton, and then now like I'm on a team with a bunch of people I've never met, and that was a little like kind of beating down on me, because it's not like I'm playing like my game,
For sure. How long do you think it took for you to get kind of comfortable, like chemistry-wise, with just say randoms, or are you not there yet?
I'm pretty comfortable. Like I said, like recently, like Donkey, like for instance, like when I play with Donkey and Deadshot, they really only play when we're like 3-stacking or like 5-stacking. When we're 3-stacking, 5-stacking, and yeah, so they'll get like, and I've been starting to solo queue a bunch. They'll get on and it'll be like 19, almost 20k. All right, we'll play, and then they hop back on, and now I'm 17k. Like it's kind of like they hop on and they're just like, well, what rank is TJ now? Like, because I've just been solo queuing, just trying to get my rank up, And recently, literally yesterday, I just got back into 20k again, so that was pretty nice.
Gotcha. So you played a lot of Premier, not so much Face It.
Yeah, I played a lot of Face It and Go.
Okay.
I think Go is a lot better than CS2 right now.
I don't think there's a single person in the call that would disagree with you, because if they do,
Yeah.
I'd beat them.
Go, everything about Go I just liked, right? Then when Face It came out, and then I grinded for like a little bit here and there. I got up to level 8 again, like nothing too really crazy. But I really just wanted to feat the task of just being 20k again. Like I liked being 20k when CS2 first came out, and I hit 20k yesterday. So probably from here on out, the basic grind is gonna start, unless I just feel like in the next couple days that like, oh, I just want to get on the leaderboard,
For sure. Bill, let me bring you in here. Go versus 2. What you got?
I think Global Offensive is better for movement, and general feel probably is better than 2. But I will say I'm definitely enjoying 2 more than I thought I would. But overall, I'd probably have to say 2 is better, only because of how they've updated everything. They changed all the lighting. The network stuff is the only major issue that I keep seeing everybody talking about. Because, like, if people on Twitter, they did all the tests, like the kill notification comes up like 100 milliseconds later versus like 40 and Go. But other than all that, I think 2 is... It doesn't really matter, because 2 is the future. It's not like they're going to be like, you know what, everybody really loves Counter-Strike Global Offensive, we're going to bring it back. No, not going to do that. It doesn't even...
Yeah. Stint, you played in that Go tournament Crazy ran, right?
Yes, I did for a
Did
little
you
bit.
like? I was like moping the entire time to my team, but like everything felt so much better. Like
Yeah, yeah.
aim wise.
I said as soon as I got into CS:GO, like, because I had not played it since CS2 came out, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, let me warm up a little bit and go and see how it feels. I said it felt like reuniting with an old friend. I kind of agree with Phil. Like, gameplay wise, CS2 has opened up a lot of avenues, and it's just a lot better. I mean, the stuff that you could do with smokes. I mean, the different molly changes, kind of changing the way that rushes work and that kind of stuff. It feels refreshing to have that kind of stuff in the game. I myself love nading a smoke, getting a cheeky kill, and getting out of there. But like as far as the feeling goes, CS:GO is like reuniting, like hugging your dead parent or something. You know?
Oh my god!
Damn.
I don't know if it was that. I don't know if it was that cathartic.
that feeling.
Oh my god. Oh.
No, it's just it was a nice, crisp game that I hope like makes a return like in the next few years. Obviously, they shouldn't do it right now because that'll just split the entire player base. But like once CS2 is more polished and commonplace, maybe let it back out like the other old versions.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man, but I just get nostalgic thinking about it, like just how much fun Go was. I felt like an aim god on Go, and then in 2, I've just relegated myself to using a Mac-10 every time, and I just run in like the crazy person to take advantage of the animations in 2. But yeah. Question for you, TJ. Same question I threw to Donkey. Just at anyone in combines off of your 18 games that you're like, wow, like this is someone I either want to play with, or like, wow, this is like someone I want to like learn from, almost like get better from.
Honestly, like when I play a game, I never really look at like the leaderboard. I prefer not to, because like whether or not I'm having a good or bad game, whether or not I'm on the bottom leaderboard, whether or not I'm on the top, I always just like at the end of the day, it's always this round starts and it's a new round no matter what. Like I could be going 1-20 and that doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter to me. Like obviously like it matters. Like obviously it matters in a sense, but like at the end of the day, it's a new round. It's something for me to do different, you know. And like I'd probably have to go with Donkey, like our friend Shy. Like we met, we honestly like we literally met him like probably like within the week of the first thing that's like the first week of combines, and dude, he's just been outstanding. Like every time I play with him, just like Donkey says, like I just feel comfortable around him. And it took me months to get comfortable around Donkey and Deadshot. And with Shy, it's just like it's so much easier because he's such like he's very conformable. Like he can conform around a lot of stuff. Like, and yeah, like I've never really had a problem with him skill wise. Just really hasn't. And that's just me. I'm biased because I'm his friend, and like I know that. But overall, though, like he's good. Like I want him on my team. Like that's a guy that I would want on my team.
What part of his gameplay or what part of his personality just makes him like so comfortable to play with?
I don't know. He's just very like kind. He's just very nice and he's understanding. Like,
Sounds like a bromance, bro.
yeah.
I love it.
were you the good cop IGL or bad cop IGL last season, Synth?
I was the good cop
Okay.
because, like, I don't know, my guys were just really calm, and I like what who was just speaking, TJ? Whoever was speaking.
Yeah.
I agree. Very much. It's like take it a round at a time, and my guys were pretty like confident in that. Like whatever happened in the last round doesn't matter anymore. We just got to change it this round, you know. So they were really calm. So I didn't have to be the bad cop.
That's good. Have you ever been the bad cop in solo queue?
Yeah. Yeah. I've been the bad cop in solo queue.
I think everyone's guilty of that one.
What's the I guess let's put Phil on the spot here. Without getting a match day, Phil, what's the worst thing you've said in like in a comm to your team?
I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm very level-headed when it
Okay.
comes to playing CS. Like, well, I can't speak for my Face-It pugs, but like those people are on another planet. But when I'm playing, I'm 100% clean. Unless you start flaming me directly, I don't say anything inflammatory.
Very fair. Very fair. Yeah. Well, I don't want to get you in trouble, so I understand. But DM me what you said to that face it.
I've heard some of those things he said to face it players before.
Dude,
I remember when I was watching Philippek and Suggest play and like, you know, trying to get up to 10 and they were playing with like 2200s and like they were trolling. Yeah, I remember
dude's
some of those games.
throwing my public elo.
I
That's
think,
what you're doing right now.
Yeah. All right. Well, TJ, last question for you. Who do you want to get drafted to next week?
Honestly, I'm an open book. Like whatever team you put me on, it's not gonna really affect my mental. And like, I just at the end of the day, it's just we're all playing CS, right? Like
Sure.
that's all that matters to me is just having a good game and just vibing with guys I know that want to vibe. And but there are two teams that I'd be looking at, and that would be
Okay.
probably High Rollers and Headhunters.
Okay. HRHG. Fair enough. All right. Well, TJ, thanks for coming on tonight. Good luck next week, and good luck also through the rest of the season.
All right, thank you.
All
Have a
right.
good day.
Yeah. All right. Let's get my boy Dingus Farts in here in a second. But did you guys have franchises you wanted to be drafted to when you came in? Because when I got drafted to AP in season 12, I was like, what the fuck is AP? I was like, Angry Pirates.
No, I didn't really have one. I didn't know most of them anyway. I all these like prefixes in front of the names. I was like, well, what do all these things mean? I'm just
You
used
too.
to names.
This is the same.
Dude, I was so pissed. I wanted to get drafted to AVI so bad. And then draft night
Bird
came and went.
franchise.
Yeah, I was like, Pokemon Bird franchise, like, make it happen. And then it didn't happen. I was like, oh, whatever.
That's heartbreaking.
I didn't care. I just wanted to be drafted in the first round, but I was first pick of the second round.
Uh-oh. Chip on
Yeah.
the shoulder. That was the origin story, no?
Yeah, I was first pick of the second round, and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna be the best."
Starly, you'll never guess who I wanted to get drafted to my first season.
Who?
I didn't know any of the franchises, but I saw and wanted to get drafted to YC because they were an anime.
Not the anime franchise, bro. Oh no, not YC. Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
Oh,
But
not
I
YC.
got drafted to Big Slime, and I couldn't be happier.
Now you're their leader,
Mm-hmm.
Glorious leader,
overlord, probably.
Overlord, dictator, etc., etc. Dingus, you here?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Hello, Dingus. We need you to stream your screen so we can put your profile picture up on the stream.
Oh, okay.
But how are you doing, man? I just talked to you yesterday.
Yeah. Still going the same. Doing good.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm doing good, bro. I'm hosting the weekly drop. I got my boy Synth. I got my boy Phil. Life is good, man. Life is
Yeah.
good right now. How are combines for you?
They're not too bad. I've had a few stinkers, but you know, everyone's got their stinkers.
What stinkers or what maps are the stinkers on?
Had a real bad one on Nuke.
Uh
You know, Nuke's been a rough one. Dust 2. Dust 2 is the bottom of the list for me.
Yeah.
It's Dust 2 and Nuke.
Did either of you guys, Phil and Sid, did either of you guys play Dust 2 like heavily last season in your pool?
It wasn't heavily, but it was definitely like we were okay going there. We didn't pick
Okay.
it outright, but we floated it the entire time.
Okay. And Phil?
Yeah, pretty much same. But
Okay.
Nuke was one of our maps that we enjoyed playing.
Gotcha. How is Dust 2 played so far? Like, is it still just like the same awful mess it was beforehand?
For us, I mean, being recruit, it was pretty much aim duels, yeah, and your standard utility, cross smokes, Xbox smokes, whatever. We did have a pretty gnarly B exec, but that was about it. It's pretty much just, you know, CS:GO comp Dust 2 is all it was.
Same experience, Phil?
Yeah, I think we only actually played it once, and that was like one of our first match days. And that was because the two matches that we lost this season were our first two matches, and one of them was Dust.
I see.
And we kind of just we're like, we'll float it, but we'll try not to play it.
Okay, let's go down the list, starting with Dingus in order of our voice channel. Should Overpass have been shot in favor of Dust 2? Go.
No.
Synth.
Nope.
Philipek.
No.
2-0.
What?
Shit.
Just say no. The answer is no.
Okay. no.
Yeah.
Dust 2 died for this. Or Overpass died for that
Oh,
piece of
no.
crap.
Oh.
Oh, Matt. Dude,
But,
I didn't like Overpass either. I'm not gonna lie.
Ah!
It was a stinky map. I mean, I'd probably prefer it over like Dust 2, but
If they got rid of Vertigo and put Dust, let's just say I would say Valve is cooking with that.
I think Synth would punch you in the face for that. So.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't remove Vertigo.
Dude, it's gonna be the next map to go. There's just there's no ifs, and or buts about
Yeah,
it. It's
yeah,
gonna
probably. Probably.
What
With
a
how
world we
little
live
it's played by the pros, yeah, probably.
Yeah. But Dingus, circling back to you, on those good games, how has it felt in Prospect? Is this your first season in CSC? It is, right?
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Okay. So how has it been like acclimating kind of to these combines?
The first couple of combine games, I was kind of, I had that newbie nerves. I was trying to just play safe and not like stand out as the bad player. But once I got over that, it kind of just went as per usual. You have your good games, you have your bad games.
Yeah, for sure. What kind of what style of player would you say if you had to like describe yourself?
I would say I'm an entry.
Oh,
I
okay.
like to be in there first.
Gotcha. And did you just notice yourself like kind of holding back the first couple of games? Like you weren't entering, or like you would entry, but like you would realize like, oh shit, like nobody's behind me to trade me out or something?
I think I would entry and then just not have not be in the right state of mind, like not have the next angle set up after clearing and just get caught out.
For sure, for sure. How has Prospect been? Because I know I watched a ton of you in Prospect. I don't think you've moved tiers, right? You haven't.
No.
No, but how
No,
has
I survived
Prospect-
the reaping.
You is that what we're calling the tier line shift now? We're calling
Dude,
it.
Damn.
That is the
I woke up
reaping.
one day, they just took half my friends, man.
Who'd they take, bro? Say some names. Who'd they take?
The
I caught all my
reckoning, bro.
friends. They took, fuck, what's his name? I guess they're not my friends if I can't remember them. But they
Oh,
took.
no.
I played with a couple of guys that got moved up.
Okay. I was gonna get the crime list out for the numbers team to present as evidence.
They got enough on their hands.
Oh no. Breaking up friends. Stan, how bad was the quote unquote reaping for you? I don't know if it changed anything if your roster you were building your roster.
Yeah, it changed the plan. I'll say that. We were like pretty much dead set on getting this guy, and then boom, he gets moved up with the tier line shift. Well, there goes that plan. I had a freaking super team ready to go.
Oh. Uh-oh. But that's funny. Kono, we should start calling that in a GM up on the last day.
The reaping.
Okay,
See
but
the
then,
Thanos map, and as the RTO updates, and it's just like all your friends have a different like tier color now. Oh no.
so then what was the second phase of the reaping? What would you call that?
Maybe when the keeper round gets published for us. I don't know. Because
There was a phase 1 and a phase 2. Phase 1 hit, and what was it? That one.
What were the two phases? I just thought the tier line shifted once, and that was it.
Yeah,
There
I thought
wa-
it was just a one-time thing when the tier line moved, and it was just like, oh.
No, yeah, the first one was when the tier line shift. The second one didn't really hit everyone else as hard, I don't think. They just, after numbers had locked for all returning players, there was a bug in some of the code that didn't incorporate the new franchises. It's just kind of like a really quick way of summing it up. But, yeah, it messed with a lot of GM's plans, as a lot of people got moved around, They just became different keepers after the lock. And so...
Yes. Yeah,
that one wasn't so much the reaping as it was the I don't know what you would call it, but yeah, that one I got hit twice. It was a 1-2 punch.
Uh-oh. Out goes Kodo, down cold. But Dingus, back to you. Which one of your friends are still left in Prospect?
I think Eric's still in there.
Yeah,
Eric's a beast.
Eric called you his sweetums in the Twitch chat. How would you respond to that?
Oh, what's up, Eric?
Oh,
I love playing with Eric, man. He's just him and Scold. They just every time you're in a game with them, it's not gonna be quiet. Like they always got something to say. They'll pick you up. They got the vibes going.
How I know Eric is a bit of a grinder. I think he played 50 combine games or something
Oh,
close to
yeah.
that number.
Eric's
What would
crazy.
what would you have to say to that if you were his mother?
Wow, his mother?
Yeah.
It might start getting violent or something. You gotta
Uh-oh.
intervene.
Uh-oh.
50 combines? Save yourself, man.
Uh-oh.
That's what I'm trying to say. They're trying to make me feel weird for saying I only had 4 played.
That was one more than the minimum. I think that's very strong for Premier standards. I think we need
You're
to
not
get an
wrong.
emergency. I think we need to get an emergency grass infusion over to Eric's place immediately.
I mean, it is fun to play. Like, once you just get queued, you just keep going and going.
Yeah. Did you notice, is Prospect Combines big enough where you queue into, like, different people? Because sometimes in, like, Elite Prem, you kind of queue with the same people over and over again, and it's really
Yes.
boring. It's like, oh, I just played against Philippek, and now he's on my team, and then the next one is like, this fucker again? Really?
It's a curse.
I've noticed it a lot recently. Like, the past 2 nights, I just play with the same people.
Okay.
But that might be because the games were not very, very fun, you know? That might be
Uh-oh.
either sticking out. But I've had, I think, like 70% of the people are the same between games.
That's fair. That's fair. Anyone else stand out to you other than your boy Eric?
Not really as far as performance-wise. I don't really like to look at other people and
For
have them stand out. Because then you get stereotypes and maybe they'll pop off one game.
Yeah, that's definitely fair.
I'm just
So I'm
focused
gonna
on
ask
myself.
I'm gonna ask you a real loaded question, Dingus. Where do you think you deserve to go in the draft?
Not maybe like up near the top, but not probably start of the second round.
Okay. Okay.
If I get that, I'll be happy. I'll be happy wherever I go. But
Yeah, and I was gonna say, to chain off that question, any franchises you're kind of looking at?
I like party animals, the Rowdy Raccoons. I just like their name.
Yeah.
I don't really know any of the other franchises though. Like I don't
That's
really
fair.
know who's on the
That's fair.
team.
Yeah, PA's new this season, but Clue's gonna be a great great GM, and Jawa is trouble in a good sense. So
I think
PA's,
I played with Java twice.
yeah, Jawa was a bit of a hoot.
Yeah, the new
Um,
franchises have cool team names. I was like BRB getting promoted to contender so I can be on Team Kill.
Yeah.
Who's named Team Kill? Is that AG?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they've got some good ones too.
It's supposed to be like a team kill, as in like you killed your teammate.
Yeah,
as
I
in,
just
like,
thought it sounded cool.
Oh.
It's like a double meaning.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay,
Team
okay.
Kill and then Team Kill, you know?
Yeah. Okay, okay. Yeah. I see the vision. Did PA logo come out yet? I can't remember if it was posted in the franchise's like showcase, so to speak.
I'm just glad that they're the new franchises are public because I was worried for a second that I just leaked something.
No. It's okay. They no one will snitch on you. But yeah, that is that's fun. Well, hopefully PA is watching because PA would be a good place to go. I kind of want to see their logo because I'm kind of curious because Valorant Draft Circuit has a team also called PA, and I think it's the exact same like name. It's like Party Animals or whatever. Is that from a show or something, or is that just like a fun concept? Do you guys know?
I don't know.
Okay.
I guess you're just fun havers.
Nope.
Yeah. Well, I was about to say, if it's your birthday party, Dingus, what kind of cake you want?
Well, that's a good question. I like a little ice cream cake from Dairy Queen, Baskin Robbins. You can't go wrong.
What flavor is the ice cream?
I don't know. Probably nice little chocolate fudge.
Okay. Okay.
You got to splurge for your birthday. Come on.
I think that helps his draft stock, does it not? Chocolate ice cream cake. What do you think, Phil?
Ice cream, for sure.
Yeah, I could go for one right now. All right. Well, Dingus, anything else you want to say before I kick you out?
No, nothing's on the mind.
Nothing on the mind. Excited
I
for the season?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. Well,
Be
good
watching
luck
the
in
draft, my popcorn, getting ready.
Oh yeah, you got your like baseball caps ready and everything for PA, especially if you get drafted.
If I go in the first round, I'll pull one out.
Okay. All right. Okay. There's a little incentive there. All right. Well, Dingus, thanks so much for being on. Good luck next week. Yeah.
All right, thanks for having me on, guys.
Alrighty. I think we've got 2 more guests. I think we're gonna do Vel, and then maybe we'll do Deadshot as well. Kono, what do you think?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, and then we will call it at that. What was I gonna say? Synth, if you had to make your own franchise, what would the name be?
I don't know what I would name a
No.
new franchise. Honestly, I've given it thought. Like I've thought about putting in like a GM application in a few seasons if I'm still doing it. But like,
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I don't know what I'd name it. That's a good question.
Okay.
I don't know if we can use trademark things, because if we can, I would just like troll and make like a Vitality franchise or something.
I can't be blatant, but I think you can obviously take some references. I think there is like literally a specific rule in the rule books, like don't take copyrighted things because then we're gonna get owned if we do it. But all right. What's up, Velification or Velication?
Hello, I'm doing good,
Oh.
guys. How you doing?
We are doing good. We are doing good.
Sweet.
How have you been?
I've been chilling, bro. I'm a freak in these combines. They're not ready for me.
Explain.
They're-
Elaborate.
Okay, let's go to Analytical.
Yeah, go check it out. Go check it out. They're not ready for me, all right? I'm going to tell you, you need to add a new column on the CSE stat spreadsheet, and it needs to be vibes. Because all I'm saying is, I probably wouldn't be placing bottom 70th percentile if we're talking vibes, all right? And that's what recruit needs. I go in these combines, and it's just like 40-year-old men that are very sad. They need help.
He's not talking about you, is he, Synth?
No. I'm the sad 24-year-old man.
No, you're fine. You're just normal. I got dudes like LARPing like we're playing Insurgency
Normal.
in my recruit VC.
Not the LARPing. Oh my god.
LARPing call out. Phil, what's the sweatiest call out you've ever given in a combine? Have you ever borderline LARPed? have you ever offered?
Oh God, no. Dude,
I've got dudes
are lucky
like,
if I
I'm
give
in
a
the
call out. I
front
just
lines. I'm
slept
trying to
over
stay
there.
alive. I'm trying to live.
Oh my
Oh
god.
man.
Oh no. Oh Jesus. I can't say I've scouted a lot of recruit combines. I've watched a couple every now and then, but I did never get the LARP feeling
Oh
from
my
them.
god.
It's a
Oh.
free entertainment, man. It's a TV show for real.
Oh man, I
It's,
feel
you
like I
know,
missed out. I feel like
yeah.
I missed out.
You gotta recruit. You gotta do some scout recruiting and sure.
Goodness. Wow. I don't even know what I don't even know what to follow up off of that.
Yeah, bro. That's what I do.
Oh,
I came here to
man.
perform. All right.
So this is your first season playing with us, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically my first season playing CS2. I have like 200 hours in CS:GO in like 2014.
Uh-huh.
Then I have like I don't know, like 100 hours in CS2 maybe in like
Okay.
the
Oh my
last 2
God.
months.
We got a sub 1,000 hours guy here.
Oh, baby.
Holy.
Do we got to jump him, Synth, or what's the protocol here?
I believe we kick him out of the league. I'm
Wow,
not sure.
that's harsh.
No. I've met some cracked recruit players that have half the hours I've got in this game.
Hey, I'll say I don't bring hands to the table, but what I do bring, there's no other quality that any other member in recruit could possibly bring. You get the Velication special on your team, it's over.
Is that like a sex thing?
Definitely not, unless we're in Austin.
Do you want it to be?
Oh,
If we're in Austin,
don't answer
if
that
you're
question.
buying
Don't answer that
D&D
question. Don't answer that question. I can't put the VOD on YouTube if you answer that question.
Well, I didn't
Oh.
necessarily say a strict yes or no.
Oh, okay.
You know,
alright.
you can leave it up to inference.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
So CSC makes. Okay. Let me pose this to Phil and Synth first. I'll come back to you, Vel.
Sure.
CSC puts a vibe column in the stat sheet, Phil. Who's top 3 in Prem?
I'm not
I
trying to
don't know
glaze,
any Prim players.
but I would be
Oh.
I would be one of the top 3. I would
that's
be
fair.
one of the top 3.
Okay.
The
but who are
other,
the other two?
not Kiri, or as he goes now, Bonmi Bandit. That dude is bottom of the vibes.
Uh-oh.
As for the rest of them,
At least give me one. You can't just.
I'll put Superman
Okay.
and Superman and Crazy Kevin.
Okay, all right,
Ooh,
fair enough.
That's a
Fair
good
enough. Synth, who's your top 3 vibes-wise in Recruit? Not including Vel. Not including Vel. Who you got?
I'm
I-
above the ladder. I'm in 0th place.
It's,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
gonna sound biased as hell to my AVI boys, but like Notorious and Akeljo are both just the coolest, calmest people ever. Even when we were fighting for our lives in finals, just the coolest cucumbers in the book. And then like it's a good tie between like Scary and Ruby. They both have really good vibes. I mean, they were on the same team last 2 seasons ago, but I mean,
Yeah.
so they're both good vibes. I couldn't pick between Scary and Ruby.
That's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, just the chillest guys, dude. We could be getting stomped, and Notorious and Akeljo are like, it's all good. We'll go next round. Just calm down, man. And I'm like, yeah, you got it. I'll do anything you say in that calm voice. I mean, it helps that they're Canadian, so they're really polite.
Oh. Is Kevin Canadian? Kevin's not Canadian, is he, Kono?
I don't. No.
Probably not. Not with that hairdo.
He lives in the south, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my
Kevin came
goodness.
out of the swamp.
Yeah, he's in like
Oh,
in Texas.
brother.
The
Oh,
Bayou,
brother.
bro.
Okay. Well, Vel, how have combines been? Outside of trying to fight for your life in them.
Yeah, I mean it's been fun. It's my first season in CSC, like you said earlier. I've got a lot of experience in like collegiate and amateur leagues and other games. I will say CSC's general community is a lot better than some others I've been in. And even like some of the people higher up in like Prim or Elite have been like, hey, if you want help, like feel free to reach out and stuff. And that's really cool
For
to
sure.
have a community of people that are like trying to train up the bottom feeders into something substantial.
What would you say you're working on the hardest right now in terms of your game?
I mean, I'm still learning maps and crosshair placement and stuff like that. Definitely, I think the biggest thing for me that I'm focusing on, like, in the middle of games in combines, or I guess was focusing on in combines, was just like efficient calming, like focusing on what needs to be heard and what I need to listen to, and looking at my minimap more for sure. I mean, I'm in Recruit. It's basic stuff like that, right? I'm kind of still like learning how to learn as well.
Well, I think all of that stuff you could easily apply to like higher tiers. I know for sure, even in Elite or whatever, it's always like your crosshair placement could be a little bit better. I think the efficient comms part especially. Phil, if you want to jump in at any point, but like when people give just 1 or 2 words, nice and short to the point, it helps a lot. I don't know if you have a preferred way of like a preferred teammate or like a preferred way of communicating, Phil. That keeps it like easy for your teammates to digest.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I can't speak for all of Premiere, but at least for HG when we were playing, pretty much everything just, exact call out for where they were, if they were doing anything, if they're running back, that was it. Pretty much for all combines, it's pretty much been the same too. I think everybody kind of just recognizes that no one wants to listen to yaps for call outs. Just say what you got to say and then stay quiet.
Yeah, that's for sure. No dead talk backseating, right? Because I noticed it a couple of games when I was watching, just like other tiers as well. I was like, oh, you should do this or you should do that instead. Do you ever feel that?
Never.
Yeah.
Everybody in Premiere is just like stone cold. You can do whatever you want, and then if you fail the class, they just say NT, and then that's
Yeah.
it.
Synth, have you noticed that from DEs before?
I mean, people generally are quiet in a clutch.
Okay.
I don't necessarily know if I prefer it. Like, if there's something that is missable, like I don't, knock anybody for telling me, and I won't, not tell someone. You see a player on the edge of somebody's screen, you don't know if they're a 4x3 player or whatnot, and so you tell them, hey, you saw him. That kind of stuff. I'm not a huge fan of the just go dead silent in the middle of a clutch, because I mean, in the chaotic comms of a game, it's like easy to forget certain information that could have changed, within the last few seconds. Like, you might have known where a player was before you were the last alive, but you didn't quite hear it, or you were working about something else. So I'm not the biggest fan, of the
Yeah.
stone cold clutch situations,
For sure, for sure. Vel, you said you're learning the maps. I guess like what map's probably the most foreign to you? Maybe Anubis or Ancient would be my guess.
Those are my most comfortable maps for
Oh,
sure.
okay.
Have recruits
So yeah,
obsessed with it.
good host we have here. I'm glad to see you're doing well.
Oh yeah.
Probably Inferno is my most like obfuscated map, but that's mostly just because I haven't played it a lot. It's one of my least played maps. Timings on Vertigo are still something that I am just like completely rolling dice on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess my question then to Phil and Synth is like when you guys were working on your map knowledge, like what was the best way for you guys to improve on it? Like to get a feel for the timings or just to like understand like how the map kind of flows. I guess Synth, let's start with you on Vert especially. Like how did you learn that map?
We just sort of went into Vertigo. I think most of my players were pretty comfortable with it already. Like when we had a discussion about, what's going to be the first couple of maps that we try out, everyone was like, "Yep, I want to play Vertigo. I want to play Vertigo." It's like, okay, I'm not as familiar with it, but I trust you guys. So it was more of them teaching me than me, giving them direction. It just slowly evolved into okay, there is a lot of timidness on T side Vertigo from recruit teams. I don't know about other tiers, but definitely recruit. So it's like, okay, we realize that we need to learn to start taking space really quickly and just suffocating them out of that. Uh, it was also there came a time where we realized that ramp is as broken as ramp is sometimes, where it's just like I think it was Phil that mentioned it. Just keep going ramp until the CTs find a way to stop it. Our way of stopping it was me not playing A anymore, me just playing mid and supporting where needed. The good thing is that I had some really strong fraggers, so I was able to put one on each site, and then an average player, aka me, in between it, and so I could just trust them. But like the general workflow of learning it was just figuring out pretty quick like where the problems would lie, and most of the time that was A, which is where that placement decision happened.
And you guys would just pug and you would just realize like why do we keep losing ramp or like why do we keep losing side hall basically?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty much it. It was just a lot of observation. We watched
Oh.
a lot of demos together. Like, okay, here's where they're abusing it over and over.
Yeah, for sure. Phil, you said you've been around for a little bit, but like, let's say you need to learn a map. Like, how would you go about doing it?
So I'm kind of a loser in that aspect. I watch a lot of VODs and demos for like if I'm like for example, my ESEA team, we've been screaming Ancient a lot and we haven't really gotten it down straight, so I've pretty much just been going on HLTV, find any pro matches that have been played on that map, download a demo, and watch it until I figure out what they do it in response to, and then try to do it like that. But that's me being like a super loser.
Yeah, I watch a lot of pro matches myself too, but sometimes I feel really dorky doing it.
Yeah.
There ain't no shame in it. Because who else is the best to learn from other than literal pros?
Yeah.
For sure. Well, Val, I hope you can somehow find a way to gain map knowledge without becoming a loser like Phil.
Oh, just talk to Ween.
Oh, you just talk to me. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right,
just talk to Ween.
Oh, okay, I guess that's fair. I guess that works. How do you know Aiden, if you don't mind me asking?
So I'm actually I've been friends with Konatoki for a really long time.
Uh-oh.
I knew him before CSE.
Uh-oh.
And he's one of the main reasons that I'm in CSE, and just through Kono I know a lot of people.
Gotcha.
Like
Okay.
Aiden, like a lot of the UPS people.
So, how upset are you that Big Slime doesn't have a recruit team?
Bro, Don't
Uh-oh.
even get me started. It
Wow,
was
that
like
was a
literally the primary reason I joined. I
that
was
was a
like,
very
yo, we're
deep
gonna
breath. That was a
we're gonna get
very
a
deep breath.
we're gonna get a big slime recruit team. We're gonna get Velication recruits new elite opper on the team, and it's gonna go crazy. And I'm just gonna hard carry. But yeah, it was a sad day when we found out instead of getting a recruit team on Big Slime, we'd get 2 new orgs.
Yeah,
Dang.
happens.
That's
Happens.
why
It's
you both
okay.
got Hunter x Hunter profile pictures, huh?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I
Wait,
knew it.
is mine still
Yeah,
Hunter
bro.
x Hunter?
Yeah.
Oh, did you want to change it now that we're matching? Did you want to change it? No, go ahead. That's okay. That's
Wow.
okay, man.
I guess he just doesn't.
Yeah, no, he doesn't appreciate me in the qualities I bring,
It's
and that's
cold.
why
It's really cold.
that's why he didn't do an under the table deal to get a recruit team in Big Slime, because he doesn't appreciate me, like I appreciate him.
The Big Slime Cabal didn't want to follow through.
Yeah, no, I mean it's one of those things I forgive but I don't forget. So, keep that in the back of your head, Konatoki.
That's so freaking. Oh my gosh, so ominous.
Wow,
Yeah.
there's a lot of tension in this room now. Well, Vel, if you can't play for Big Slime, who do you want to play for?
I've been in chats with some orgs. I will say I already know a lot of the UPS folk, and I like their vibe. And anyone that it wants to be a sweaty tryhard, I'm happy to be there. Cause I've got that little competitive gremlin in me.
Uh-huh.
I love it.
Yeah, I'd say probably primarily UPS.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Well, Vel, hopefully you can bring that that gremlin vibe. I'm gonna call it like that, yeah, to whoever you
Yeah.
end up getting drafted to. Good luck. Good luck next week in the draft. Good luck in the season.
Thank you, man. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Hey, good luck,
Bye-bye.
bud.
All right, last guest. Let's get Deadshot in here. Let's get Deadshot in here, and we can all go. We can all go to sleep. Or actually, I don't know. It's 9 o'clock. I'm not going to sleep. I don't know what I'm gonna do tonight. I should
Imagine
really
not
make the...
being in Eastern Standard Time.
Uh-oh. Are you gonna have to go honk shoe after this?
Oh no, I'm Gucci.
Oh, okay. All right. Just making sure. I know some people, like when Vel was like, oh yeah, there are 40-year-olds in recruit. I know sometimes it's like unironically a problem that some of the Eastern games go on too long, because there have always been proposals like, oh, we should play best of twos, or like, oh, it's like, what about Eastern time? It's like, it's 11 o'clock. Is it that late? It's like, yes, it's past my bedtime. I can't do it.
That's
Yeah.
real, honestly, sometimes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Eastern Time is pretty brutal on like playoffs nights for sure, especially when you go 3 maps that were almost full regulation
yeah.
rounds. That's exactly
yep.
what happened to me. Our
Yeah.
scores were 13-9, 13-11, and 13-10 in the 3 maps that we
Yeah.
played.
I always just find it funny because this season there was a lot of discussion about like, oh, should we do a best of 5 finals? And VDC
No.
doesn't.
Oh my.
It was just
Such a
saying, my
resounding
cheer-
no.
Dude, my cheer for VDC. So both teams agreed on a 5 map or a best of 5, right? And it went all 5 maps, and in all 5 maps the losing team got double digits. So it's like 13-10, 13-11, like 11-13, like 10-13. And I think that series was probably like 4.5 hours long. It was so insane.
Yeah, no way.
Actually,
No way.
actually cooked.
I mean,
All
we
right.
still would have won, but no way.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, Deadshot, I see you in here now.
Yo.
Stream or screen is being streamed. Wow. That is a bit of a tongue twister. How are you doing?
Doing alright. How about you?
I'm good. I'm good. I got the drop on, but you're an elite, right? Were you ever Chally?
I was at one point. I dropped to Challenger, and then I tried proving myself to be in Elite.
Okay. Well, let me just tell you right now, that was a mistake. You don't want to be an elite. You want to be in Chally because Chally is one of the cool kids coming out.
I don't know. I
but-
found it more like the comms were better in Elite than Challenger, but it was easier, in my opinion, to play with Challengers.
Yeah, that's fair. I was just saying that purely off of a tier chat standpoint because elite tier chat is always awful, and Chally tier chat is always like popping in a good sense too.
Yeah.
When you get into elite, you have to deal with people like Blitzer, so you have fun with that. Because I did not when I was in the same tier as him. But how have combines been, just in general?
It's kind of iffy. I mean, my first couple games I did really good, and then I had 2 decent games, and then 2 bad games in Elite, and then I got dragged down to Challenger, and then I got a little bit angry because I thought I thought maybe I would want to be in Elite still. So I tried proving myself by just trying my best to get better in all ways.
It's the way to do it. Prove them wrong.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Um, when you got demoted and that like lit a fire in you, did you change like how you practiced at all, or like did like what did that do for like your mental? Did you start like hitting more aimbots, or like what was it?
Basically, I I just tried to just get better. Like, I mean, I already have decent aim or good aim. But I tried just getting even better aim and using util and all this stuff. Cause I'm not really a util player, but I've been learning and everything, trying to get better with it. I even seen like some pro plays and stuff, or like I watched a little bit of CS uh highlights or not highlights, CS like nades and stuff. I like for instance, I know and or I remember a nade up near catwalk on or like outside a cave, like in Cubby on Ancient because of it. And then like I've learned 5 smokes on like every map basically and all that stuff because I wanted to get better and just wanted to uh go I want to go pro at some point with this, but like
Mhm.
you just got to learn util and everything for it. So
I
can't just have everybody doing everything for you.
Sure. How does CSC kind of factor into that pathway, if you don't mind me asking?
I feel like it's a good stepping stone kind of
Okay.
because I feel like if anything it'll give me a little bit of a like a understanding of team play and uh um how do I say it? I feel like at some point I could be noticed by higher organizations, maybe, possibly.
Mhm. Have you so have you started playing ESCA, or is this you're gonna like start here and then work your way up?
Start here, work way up.
Okay, that's fair.
I am in Face It, but I've only been like grinding like since CS2 came out, kind of. Because CS:GO, I didn't really touch it. I wanted to go into global before touching Face It.
Okay. And that was global back and go, right? Or are you?
I was
Oh,
at one point.
okay, all right. Yeah, that's fair. I think a lot of people use CSC as like a jump pad to kind of find like an ESCA team that they gel really well with. And then from there, the pathways, it's obvious, it's not easy, right? But it's very obvious once you get an ESCA team, like how to work your way up that rank. Um, I applaud the commitment though, and I hope you succeed in it. I think CSC is a really solid place to kind of pick up on some fundamentals, like you said about the utility side of it. Um, I'll speak for myself, but I think Phil and Synth would agree with me. Like we're all way better CS players for it. Just the way it's taught me how to play the game, but also just like from a teammate standpoint, I think that's the more important thing. Um, what would you say, like, I guess, Synth, like the most valuable thing CSC kind of taught you was?
Uh, really just the value of specializing like in a role. I think it teaches you a lot about the game to like say, okay, this is the kind of role I want to play. Um, I'm an infinitely better player now than I was when I joined, which is pretty wild considering I had been playing for 600 or 700 hours total whenever I joined. I've now got about 1,200. Um, and so, but I feel like I've done more growing in the last 600 than the first 600. Um, and yeah, it's just like the picking out a role and sticking with it has taught me a lot about the game and how it works. And just the team play atmosphere, obviously, it feels more pro, I guess. I mean, I say that from the bottom tier in the league, but it genuinely feels like I'm playing, in Katowice, but like the Katowice shitter league,
Phil, same experience for you?
I would unironically kind of agree with what Synth said. The assigning of like roles to people, unironically, is a huge breaking point for figuring out like the gameplay flow / loop, if that makes any sense.
But no, I 100% agree. Like you actually have to think when you play in this league. I don't know how else to describe it other than that, because like for Face It and for just like, let's say, Premiere, like you can kind of autopilot your way through it. I guess if you're really talented, you're like a tier breaker, you could kind of keep autopiloting here, but because of how Numbers does their best to balance the tiers, and usually they're spot on about most of this stuff. You really do have to think. You actually have to improve because everyone else is also trying to improve. And I think that's what makes the league so fun. You can kind of see that evolution from season to season. Like if you track players who kind of joined in the same season as you, you can literally see them go up tiers, and that's like, I think it's super cool to watch. So combines went well. Any lessons, I guess, Deadshot, then you've taken out of them outside of the just like, I need to learn more utility, so to speak?
I still need to work on my aim. I found that out because I played against Premier people, because sometimes they drag the Premier people down into Elite. But other than that, not really.
Do you ever like download your own VODs from the CSC, from the combines that you play in CSC, and then like watch them back? If like you get like a tier max Premier player, like you get like Philipek, and Philipek just puts a dookie on your chest.
I actually haven't really seen anybody like do that yet.
Okay.
I would love to, so that I can learn from it, but I also don't know how to download the VODs as well.
Oh, okay.
Meet me on a combine, or meet me in a 10-man. I'll show you.
With regards to, I know there's a demos command in the server somewhere. I think you could probably find it in bot commands, but technically every combine game, or well, every combine game should be downloaded into like a VOD format that you can download yourself and watch back. I know a lot of players do end up doing that just because, again, they're improvement oriented, and the easiest way to do that is just to watch your own gameplay and then fix the mistakes you see there.
Absolutely.
But yeah, if you're interested in that, I think, do you know what the command is? I think it's just demos,
It's
right?
It's question mark demos. Yes.
And if you don't want to do the command, it's literally just demos.csconfederation.com.
Yeah. And I think if you can match you get an ID on every combine when the bot DMs you, and then you could just look up that number, and it should match up with one of the files in there. But yeah, I remember I would do that all the time, just mainly to anti-strat, to be a little sweaty bitch, and anti-strat the hell out of someone. There's always like, every season there's one team that kind of just gets like the wrath of my anti-strat stick. Last season I felt bad. It was Savannah. I felt really bad doing it to them, but their map pool was minuscule, so it was really easy to do it. And then the season prior, it was actually AVI, because I took a gamble on taking them to their best map because I thought I could beat it, and I put them in the ground for not drafting me. Let's just put it that way.
Nice.
Did you ever anti-strat anyone, Synth?
I tried not to focus on it too much. Like,
Okay.
I watched a little bit of. We pretty much knew we were gonna play OS in the finals, and so I watched a few of their demos, but it was mainly my philosophy, and I'll credit this to Rai because she taught me this a lot. We focused more about what we were good at rather than what the enemy was bad at.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what we went into it with. I think we probably could have benefited from some anti-stratting though, because they beat us on our own map pick. That was 5-0 at the time. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think the attitude is good, but yeah, maybe not your own map pick. Was it Vert?
No, it was Ancient actually. We were
It's Ancient.
5-0 on Ancient and 6-0 on Vertigo at the time.
Okay. Gotcha.
But we played Ancient. I mean, did I say Ancient? I meant Mirage.
Okay.
Mirage. We played them in a scrim on Mirage and absolutely dumpstered them. So we were confident about picking it, and then they beat us 13-9.
That's fair. That's fair. Phil, does anyone in Prem anti-strat, or is that just too sweaty?
We anti-stratted for like 2 games last season, but it was literally just for like their pistol.
Okay,
That was it.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, I see it.
Otherwise,
Did it
no one does, no one does that.
Did it work?
Yes,
Yeah.
it did. I won't
Yeah.
say who we did it against, but it did work.
Yeah. So the demos are 2 ways. The demos are 2 ways. Not only are they available to you, they're technically available to everyone as well. But yeah, that's fair. Any players in particular, Deadshot, you've noticed in your elite and then sometimes premier combines that you're like, wow, like this guy's insane?
I don't really try to look for that. I mean, yes, I do because I'd like to hang out with people like that and like get better and stuff, but I don't know, my brain kind of shuts off while I play it in a sense because I just try to figure out like how to just win the combine and play as a team
That's fair. That's fair.
and
He
play
said,
around the strats and all that stuff.
He said, "I don't any strat. I just win.
Yeah, easiest way to do
I
it.
just win, you know.
Yeah.
I just kill the other team before they can kill me."
I mean, that's always worked. That's what the pros call. No?
There are no cases of that not working.
Yeah. I think that's just what every team calls strat-wise, is they just pick one player. They're like, okay, Synth, it's your time. You go get a 3K. And if you don't get a 3K, you lose the round. If you get a 3K, you win the round. It's like, wow, how does that work out?
Exactly.
Exactly. It's all paid actors. Kidding.
Wait,
It was
you guys
it's a script. If you go look in the recruit chat history, I mentioned this. It was written in the Mayan calendar that ABW recruit would beat OS recruit in the season 15 or 14 finals.
Wow.
2-1. And that's exactly what I said. Go look. It's a script.
You're important enough to get a copy. I never get a copy.
It's like that.
No. I actually didn't get a copy. Right there next to when it says like the world will end in 2012, it said like a little asterisk underneath it. It said that about last season.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, they had a little
World
asterisk.
doesn't end. You're gonna win season 4. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fair.
It was
All
like,
right.
if untrue, here's what will happen in 2024.
All right. Well, Deadshot, last question for you. Any franchises you're looking to get drafted to?
No, I have an open mind. I'm down for anybody picking me.
Gotcha. All right. Well, good luck in the draft, my friend. Good luck in the rest of the season. Hopefully this is a good experience for you, and you find a group of guys that you want to play ESEA with.
Absolutely.
All right. I think that is it from us. It's a bit late. Good episode though. So, how's the rest of the season going to go, Synth? Do you have the copy of the script that says you're going to repeat?
Oh, 100%. The script says I get back-to-back trophies.
What does the script say for Phil's team?
It's HG, so I mean the probability of them winning a trophy is like 65%. So
okay.
I'll
like
take
those
that.
odds?
I'll take that.
Yeah, I was
I'll
just
take those odds. You
65
know,
pretty good.
we lost like everyone. It's just me left from the original squad, like I said
that is
earlier.
exactly what happened last season, and we won a trophy. So there you go.
You know, I trust in Nade, whatever he's got cooking. But we'll
funny
see what
story
happens.
about the franchises that win a lot of trophies. We were talking about when we were first joined who we wanted to get drafted to. I never had anyone that I wanted particularly to get drafted to, but I knew one team that I didn't want to be on, and this is gonna stir the pot. But it was Upsetty Spaghetti, because I thought that was the stupidest name in the world. And I was like, that sounds really dumb. I don't want to be on that team. And then I saw how many trophies they had, and I was like, I really like those guys. Kigo's the GOAT, honestly. I don't care what anybody says.
What a switch up. Good lord.
No, I mean, when I first joined, I was like, that's a stupid name. But then I started talking to Kigo.
Oh, man. That is truly the Kigo effect. Goodness.
Well, I mean,
Alright.
Kigo coached me a little bit. He's awesome.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd use the word awesome to describe him, but yeah, Kigo. No, Kigo's a good guy. But Phil, I need you to not let him win a trophy, yeah, because if he wins in Prem, he's gonna be insufferable.
I know. I will do.
I don't care. I
I
don't.
will
You know,
put my best feet forward to make sure that it does not happen.
Thank you. I need that effort from the rest of your teammates, whoever it ends up being. But anything else we want to say before we head out of here?
Good luck of the season, everyone. Kick
Yeah.
some ass.
Have fun.
Yeah, should be a very good season. Should be exciting. But I think that will conclude this episode of the Weekly Drop. Thanks to all the Ds for coming on. Thanks Synth. Thanks Phil for coming on and yapping with me. Thanks Kono as always for producing the episode. Next week, you'll see what happens. I won't be around. More likely than not. Like 95% chance I won't be around, but someone else will be around. Kono will still be here, right, Kono?
Yes.
Okay, Kono's not going to be here next week either, so we're going to get a whole new crew. He just unmuted.
The folks over at the Weekly Recruit are gonna host it.
Have they been doing episodes, by the way, this during the preseason?
I have no idea. I do not
Okay.
watch the show. I'm purely in the server for the LFG pings. That's it. I'm done.
Damn.
I'm done with the Weekly Recruit, bro. I'm so done.
Well, I will see you in 2 weeks. The Weekly Drop will see you next week. Have an enjoyable evening, everyone, and good luck in the draft for all of you. Bye-bye.
Have a good night.
you